I know. You're probably wondering what's going on. Well, I'm here to tell you. It's me, Inked, and I need you guys to head on over to AJsRANTroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. Yes, that's right. Trifecta merch is here. It is here for our Trifecta family to show their love and support and advertise for free. Well, not technically for free. You did pay for it. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Head on over to AJsRANTroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. We're all inclusive. If Prince can wear it, so can you. Have a good one.
It's always lit over at AJsRANTroom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. And introducing our first shoe line, Aloysius Germain. So get on over to AJsRANTroom.com today and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Hope all is well. Happy Friday. Welcome to the RANT Experience. I kind of like the RANT Experience on the Friday. It kind of vibes the whole mood is mooding, and I'm feeling it. But yeah, there are some other places I'd rather be right now, but turn me up. There we go. All right, cool. So we have a great show for you today. Once again, as our preference every week, since sometimes we get a little confused with the RANT Experience versus the lunchtime rant. RANT Experience is more of a variety show, although we do lean heavy into politics usually and political issues. We also cover social issues. We cover music nostalgia. We cover some inspirational stuff and some funny stuff. So we're all over the place. And so, yeah, here we are. Welcome on in. And we're going to have an uncomfortable conversation about these no king protest people and the stupidity that they are. We have a great throwback picture, and in our Turntable Rewind segment, which is our music rewind segment, we're going back to the year 2012. Remember that year? Remember 2012? It was not an election year. 2012 was an election year because, in fact, it's referenced in today's On This Day, because I believe on this day, you'll see it in the On This Day segment. Anyway, we have a Leave Me Alone is going to be hilarious and an inspiration point you don't want to miss. All that and more. Oh, yeah. And I got a throwback picture with no shirt on. So check it out. Stay tuned. All that and more coming up on the RANT Experience.
Thank you for tuning into the RANT Experience. This episode is brought to you by our official merch store, AJsRANTroom.com. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you get new uploads and live streams hot off the presses. We drop a new episode of the RANT Experience every Friday, and now it's time for a politics fix.
Woo! All right. So let's fix that. All right. We are less than 3 weeks away before New Yorkers head to the polls to elect their next mayor, New York City to be specific. And last night, the first of two mayoral debates went down. And I got to be honest with you. I was underwhelmed. It wasn't giving. I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't like, yeah, these three people make sense. I don't know what that word is called. I was like, I can't really, and I don't know what that jambalaya. Where's that from? That's from a show. Yeah. So it was like it was just a mixture of stuff. So I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't super frustrated. At times, I was actually quite maybe a bit sad about it because there's even though New York and I have our issues, it's still the city I grew up in, so it still has a special place in my heart. And city in New York City, it ain't just a city, it's the city. Like it's the city. That's what it's always been built as. Even if especially if you don't live there, it's usually this larger than life, whimsical, crazy, anything goes 24 hours, you place. And for some reason, here we are. So it's literally the cultural capital. It's a financial hub. It's the heartbeat of the entire world. And even though I'll probably never live there again, I won't say never, period, dot, but probably won't live there ever again. It is the place on earth that I actually know the best. I was thinking about that earlier. So when I watched that debate, I saw three men on stage, each representing three different versions of New York City. I saw more than just candidates. I saw the city's reflection. And I got to tell you, it wasn't pretty. So let's talk about it. You got Andrew Cuomo, former governor, resigned in disgrace. He comes from a great pedigree. His father was beloved in New York political circles and even national circles. So he comes from a decent pedigree, but for some reason, this is the problem when you with the nepo babies. The nepo babies come in, and they don't have to work as hard for it. They don't have to dog it, so therefore they take it for granted, and then they start abusing their power, and then you have to resign. But anyway, Cuomo is now trying to play the comeback kid. He's trying to be the Captain Save-A-Ho, save New York from the big bad Democrat socialists. And guess what? It's falling flat. It's falling very, very flat, Cuomo. It's falling. Like no one's buying the act. And that's the problem. And as a New Yorker, you should know this. Now I don't know what happens to a chunk of New Yorkers, which I don't think these are real New Yorkers. I think these are these transplant people that coming from like Wisconsin with these pipe dreams that socialism is the way to go because they grew up on a farm with no heat in the winter. But that ain't got nothing to do with us. And so they come in with these pipe dreams and they think socialism is the way to go. So I don't think there's any real down home, real New Yorker who's saying this is the way, but I don't know. Well, no. I know one. I don't know if he's here tonight, but I know one who's really tripping on this right now. But pray for him. I'll pray for him. Then you got Curtis Sliwa. He's the founder of the Guardian Angels. It's New York's vigilante, a New York vigilante group. He has the spirit. He's loud. He's passionate, but something about him is just out of rhythm in this day and age, right? He's like the older man who just really has the heart and the desire, and I believe he even has the talent, but it's just like it's just not connecting. It's not resonating with people. And then it's also the issue with the Republican Party not really putting money and resources into this race. So that's how we got a Sliwa again anyway. Wait, did I say something wrong? Oh, I thought I said something wrong. But anyway, he's just not in the rhythm, in the tune, and it's just something that I'm not getting from him that I need, and it's just not working. And then you've got the shiny new object, Zohran Mamdani. He's well spoken, he's polished, he's believable, he's charismatic, and there's still not one part of me that trusts this man. I don't know. When I see this man, I experience beach house. You're selling me something that's not real. You're selling me something that you cannot possibly accomplish, but you're damn good at selling it, which is why yesterday was a great example. And he got some zingers in because, and I'll continue because this is literally how he got here. This is a vulnerable time in New York politics. Now, let's be clear. One way or the other, this does not affect me directly. Now, it affects people who I know and love who still live in New York City, but it does not affect me directly. So I don't live in New York City anymore, but I can still see the fatigue in the voters. Either they'll settle for Mamdani or they won't show up to vote at all. Because this debate that I watched, it didn't move the needle. It didn't shift the energy. It didn't give anybody that aha moment, that big woo-hoo, oh, okay, this is the guy. Mamdani is still the clear front runner, and that's not because he won the debate necessarily. It was just because the pickings are very slim. It's because he didn't do anything to lose it either. You know what I mean? So there were no gaffes, there were no slip ups, there was nothing to clean up. He is very clean. He's very rehearsed. He's politically safe, and that's the sell. That's going to get y'all in trouble. Cuomo, on the other hand, spent a lot of his time on defense. He spent a lot of his time defending the allegations and the COVID deaths and blah, 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 blah. And that's fine. Let's get that out of the way. And can we not bring that up in the second debate? That would be great, because I really want to hear how much of this is rhetoric and how much of this is actual policy. Right. And policy debates aren't fun. They're not entertaining. There's no real zingers and zabs. It's very information heavy, and it's like defensive football, right? Like when the defense is playing well and the offenses aren't, it's a pretty boring game because all you want to see is people, score. It's not a lot of pomp and circumstance when the defenses are doing well. So if we can just we got that out of the way in this one, can we not bring it up in the next one? Sliwa, he's passionate, but the passion without power, it don't mean anything, and the Republican Party of New York didn't do him any favors. The man ran uncontested in the GOP primary for New York City mayor. That's a telling that the Republican Party does not care about New York City right now. Or maybe this is some 5D chess move. Get the socialists in there, let them fail. I'm not interested in that narrative either, even if that, that's just my speculation, Now, was that because nobody else wanted it, or is the party lost? I don't think it's either one. I think the Republican Party right now is going through some sort of renaissance with Trump, and the guy who could actually stand on that stage and be the New York City mayoral version of Trump just hasn't come along yet. And I don't think the party wanted to invest any resources into it. And it's pretty sad. And then that brings me to the point. Zohran Mamdani is what I call the best house on a bad block. You ever been driving through a rundown neighborhood, trash on the sidewalks, windows boarded up, grass all over the place, weeds, just no upkeep, right? But then there's that one house where the person cuts the grass, the fresh paint, maybe a flag in the yard. And yeah, it stands out because it looks better, right? It looks great amongst this other backdrop. It looks amazing. But does that actually change the block? Does that change the condition of the neighborhood? No. It just does a great job of masking it, of hiding it better. And that's what Mamdani represents: polished decay. That's what he represents. He's not fixing the rod. He's just painting it over with rhetoric that sounds progressive. See, the Democrat socialists found a sweet spot in New York politics. And here they are. They're maximizing it. So I can't hate on them. That you take your moments in politics. They sell the idea of free buses, rent freeze, free healthcare, free daycare, and it all sounds sexy. It sounds great. It feels good. It smells good. It sells good. But here's the thing. There's no such thing as free, baby, and we all know this. If free existed with no repercussions, I think most of us would be like, cool, bam, make it free. But somebody's ultimately paying for it, right? Somebody's got to cover that bill, and guess who that person's going to be? You. Now he tried, Mamdani last night to slip that in a few times. Oh, it's going to be the 1%, going to be the 1%. Meanwhile, you're going to be in a conflict with the governor, who's literally going to resist because she's up for re-election and she's not going to raise the taxes. So there's your pipe dream. So then your first year, you're going to get in there, make all these pipes. You're going to try to make stuff happen. And the only thing you'll probably accomplish is the rent freeze. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But Mamdani wants to take $9 billion out of the pockets of New Yorkers and hand it to the same government that can't fix potholes, can't repair the subways properly and keep it clean and safe, can't stop the rats from running down the damn stairs before you do. You trust that government with your money? You gonna trust that government with your money? All right. You know what? I'm gonna shut the whole hell up, and I'm gonna let you have that. I'm happy for you, Taylor. I'm gonna let you finish. Is absolute complete malarkey. It's malarkey. It's a pipe dream. So if you're going to trust that government to do the things that they said they're going to do, I didn't hear any talk about the subway. The subways are in worse condition and they're more expensive than they've ever been. I don't get this. But if that's your thing, if you want that, I'm cool. I love that for you. But don't say you weren't warned, because all that free comes with a cost. It comes with higher taxes. It comes with higher crime. It comes with a lower quality of life. People understand free does not, you can't dictate the quality when it's free, which is why I say anything the government runs is a piece of shit. That's why you get the projects where people can piss in the elevators and do drugs in the staircase, because it's free or very cheap to live there. And in order to deal with that, that's what you're going to have to tolerate. And these mom and pop landlords, God help them, because they're the backbone literally of every borough. They're the ones who will get crushed in all of this. You can't freeze rent, raise taxes, and expect the housing market to stay alive. Inflation's already eaten up landlords to begin with. Mortgage rates are choking them out. They're barely turning a profit, if they are at all. You can't stop them from adjusting rent to survive, which is already, the restrictions that they're under now is bad. We always approach these things from the wrong angle. You might as well hand them the eviction notices for their own businesses. No money for renovations. There'll be no money for improvements. There'll be no money to sell or expand, because nobody's going to go into the New York market and buy something, especially at these rates, and then they can't do anything with it. But that's how a city crumbles. Not with a bang, not with bad policy. It's dressed up in progress. Yeah, you dress it up as progress. And I know what Mamdani's little fan club is gonna say. But AJ, he's fighting for the people. No, he's fighting for ideology. New York City is in the condition it's in because of Democrats. I'll say that again. New York City is in the condition that it's in because of Democrats. So why would he run as a Democrat? Right. He ran as a Democrat because that's where the money resides. That's where the career moves reside. He didn't run as a Democrat because he care about you. He's playing with you. An ideology without reality leads to what? Misery. Because whenever I ask one of these socialist people, where can I go for a template in the world for your ideology where success has bred long term? Show me. And they can never show me. Or they deflect to, well, you don't know what socialism is, and you don't know what we're talking about. No, I know this nirvana that you want in your head. Great, it's ideal. Who wouldn't want a perfect nirvana? I would want one, but no, it's called Earth. It's called reality check. So when I've asked you 100 times, name one of these places where radical socialism actually worked for the people long term, and every single answer is the same, I'm bored. I have nothing to do with. I don't know what to do with this. But it doesn't exist. That's the point. That this place on Earth never doesn't exist. Otherwise, they would have moved there already, right? It never has, and it probably, most likely, never will. You have the mayor of Miami warning against this, but y'all gonna go ahead and do it anyway. It's short-term joy for long-term pain. It's the sugar rush before the crash. I had one of those yesterday, by the way. And look, I'm not even mad at Zohran Mamdani. Matter of fact, I'll give him credit. The brother went on Fox News, sat down with Martha McCullum, kept his composure, stayed on message, looked professional. He's prepared. He's rehearsed. And this man is clearly well-funded. But he's selling a dream that comes with a nightmare clause in the fine print. And that's what I'm trying to get people to see. So bookmark this video as well as bookmark the last one that y'all almost had more dislikes than likes on. Because y'all was mad. Y'all was so upset. But let's be clear. The next debate is October 22nd, and the election is shortly after that, I believe, the first Tuesday in November. And I'm pessimistically optimistic at this point, meaning I hope for the best, but I already expect the mess. And of course, I'll be tuning in front and center, and I want to see if any of those men will break through the noise and actually talk about solutions, not slogans. Because, like I said, I want to get past the rhetoric, and I want to get to the policy of it all. Because no one really pushed or drove policy home. It's like we're selling things, and I get it. You want to get elected, but what's the policy that's backing that up? The logical, consistent, fair, smart policy that's going to make this a reality. That's what I want to hear. So I'm pessimistically optimistic about that. But I'll tell you this right now. The game plan is clear. This is not about the people. This is about politicians failing up. Because AOC wasn't smart enough. If she was smart enough, she would have done it, but she's not. So the point is, you introduce these radical policies that show their damage years later. Not outright. You're not going to see the damage outright. It feels good outright. This is great. Oh my God. By the time the chaos hits, those politicians have moved on. So by the time the chaos hits New York City, he's already running for governor of New York State. If not, he may even take the leap and just go right for the presidency. Bookmark this video. Bookmark it. Bookmark it. Bookmark it. He's gonna be on to the next thing. It's a classic political move. So good luck, New York. Good luck closing Rikers Island. Good luck defunding the police. Good luck sending social workers to your domestic violence calls. Good luck keeping the lights on as the city is already flickering as it is. But Democratic Socialists found the perfect candidate to fool the masses. Slick talk, soft tone, radical agenda. You can call me whatever you want to call me right now, but do me a favor. On the little side there, it says save. If you're watching on YouTube, hit save and then save the video. Save this podcast episode. and come back in about 4 or 5 years. And when the city's drowning in its own free, just remember who told you first. Because I can rant and rave all day. I can't tell you what to do. I can just only say, hey, I was sitting there, beating on the glass, and you were like, shut up. We're about to get free shit. And I could tell you what he could probably do. He could do the free bus thing, right? There's probably enough money in the budget to make the free bus thing happen. But then it comes, it's already the bus and trains are already shitholes. But then you have the security aspect of that. But then that's for y'all to deal with. But listen, I've done my rant, my TED talk on it. This debate was it just wasn't the moment, I will say that the moment where Mamdani got Cuomo on the COVID patients, putting them in senior homes, that was probably his "you'll be in jail" moment. But other than that, there was nothing that was really like, okay, these people are really good for New York City. And it's not because they're bad people, they're just not the right people. And it is what it is. But New York is going to go right ahead and they're going to vote this. Yeah, I'm saying the governor might work with him on that, but the governor is not going to help him raise taxes. She's not going to do that. She's up for re-election. So that's definitely not going to happen. So she's not going to do that in an election year. So good luck paying that $9 billion. So I get y'all free daycare for the children you shouldn't have been having sex to have. But I'm over here. Anyway, as I always say, if you like it, I love it. But don't say I didn't warn you. Now go play the rent freeze game if you want to. And I don't understand why you would punish landlords instead of working with them. And then also this rent board is not totally appointed because you have to have a person that represents the landlords on that board. And so you can't just have a monopoly of voices on the board. So good luck though. Oh, your boy goalie. So what happened on this day in American history? I'm stuck.
So what happened on this day in American history?
In 1931, mob boss Al Capone is convicted of tax evasion, a landmark moment in U.S. criminal justice. In 1933, Albert Einstein fled Nazi Germany and settled in the United States, shaping both science and global history. Since 1987, the world has observed International Day for the Eradication of Poverty, highlighting poverty and action. In 1989, a 6.9 magnitude earthquake struck Northern California during the World Series, causing widespread damage and delays. In 1990, IMDb was founded. The Internet Movie Database was launched by Carl Needham. In 2012, Lance Armstrong stepped down as chairman of the Livestrong Foundation amid doping scandals. Also in 2012, the second presidential debate took place between Barack Obama and Mitt Romney. The town hall style and moderator Cindy Crawley's fact checks made headlines. Now, are we ready for an uncomfortable conversation?
Ooh, yeah. All right. I'm bored. I'm bored a lot with these people. Listen, what the hell is protesting with no purpose is absolute buffoonery. Protesting with no purpose is like standing over the toilet when you don't have to pee. No, we can't do. Okay, so just buffoonery. We'll go with buffoonery. So this uncomfortable conversation, and I call it uncomfortable because it's gonna step on toes. But that okay, of course, I don't care about that. And honestly, the only way we grow is you let some of these people know, what you're doing is stupid. It's counterproductive. It's idiotic. It's moronic. Now, I don't care how poetic that slogan sounds, because again, as I've always said, the left comes up with great slogans. Planned Parenthood. Who doesn't want to plan their parenthood? Great slogan. Tax the rich. Who doesn't think rich people have this bottomless pit of money that they could just pull from and they want to give it all to the people? Well, why didn't they just do it? Why should the government have to force them to do it? Anyway, it's poetic. But the truth is, these protests are straight up bullshit. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, bullshit. They're not organic. You can always tell when a protest is organic. You can tell. And you can tell when something's manufactured and when a lot of these people there, and I ain't saying nothing. Yeah, they're getting paid. Shut up. I'm gonna fuck what you say. Yeah. They're not organic. They're manufacturing outrage put together by the Democrat Party operatives meant to keep this country divided and distracted. Every time the left feels the power is slipping, they pull the same play. They don't fix the problems, they don't lead with solutions, and they create chaos. They stir emotion. They turn citizens into pawns, and the next thing you know, you got crowds marching, screaming, blocking traffic, holding signs, but they can never really tell you why. I mean, if you listen, if I didn't live in this country, if I didn't live here right now, and I was watching from the outside these people attacking ICE agents, I would be like, oh my God, there's an injustice. The injustice of those bad ICE agents doing this to these innocent people. Yeah, that's the only people you're fooling. But if you actually live here, you know why these people are being deported, because they should be. Any other nation on the planet has the right to deport someone who doesn't belong within their borders. Why the hell can't we? Protesting with no purpose is buffoonery. That's it. So you can march and scream and block traffic and do all those great things, but they're still going. And the country is still going to move forward. And the Trump administration is going to continue to be productive. And what you're more mad at is that in spite of all of this bull, Donald Trump still pushes forward. Because guess what? This is not Trump administration 1.0. You got him that time. You ain't going to get him this time. We live in a country that doesn't even allow kings yet. You all are out here yelling no kings like it's the fight of your fucking lifetimes. And I don't see how. Donald Trump can't be a king, bro. He can't. We got checks. We got balances. We got a constitution that literally prevents it. The whole damn point of America was to break free from the monarchy. So unless you failed U.S. history, you should know that. Only irrational people believe otherwise. Only irrational people are out here yelling no kings. It's stupid. It's a waste of time. But I'm sure they pay well. Cut me a check, y'all. I'll be out there. No kings, no kings. Whatever the freaking chant is, I'll learn the chant. Give me the chant. Somebody email me the chant. I'll be out there first thing tomorrow morning. But you know what this really is? It's projection. The left accuses others of wanting absolute power while they're the ones acting like royalty. I mean, look right now. Literally, they have boxed black people into boxes to vote for Democrats. I'm sorry, gerrymandering. No. Racial districting, because blacks tend to do more Democrat. If black people didn't vote majority Democrat, no Democrat would care right now about the Voting Rights Act. They don't care. They do not care. Anyway, they run their cities like monarchs, untouchable, unaccountable, and immune to criticism. Their media knights defend them. Their followers worship them. And if you question the throne, you get canceled, you get demonetized, or labeled a threat to democracy. So no, Trump is not a king. He ain't a king. He'll never be a king. But these Democrat strongholds, they sure act like little kingdoms of corruption. I mean, look around. Every major city run by Democrats. Every major city with a major crime problem run by Democrats. Los Angeles, Chicago, Philadelphia, New York. And if you say the stupid thing, well, crime is going down. Crime going down doesn't mean safe. Crime going down doesn't mean people's children can play outside. Y'all see how they're treating this woman who went viral for saying, the woman in Memphis who literally said, my kids can play outside now because Donald Trump brought in the National Guard. Do you see how black people are treating this woman? They're treating her like she's the problem. You animals have been running around here for decades, taking each other out, harming each other, assaulting each other. Finally, some order has been put in place, and that black woman is the problem for saying, my kids can go outside. I don't have to, we don't have to dodge bullets anymore. Oh, this is who in America would aspire to anything else? Let's go back to business as usual. Let's go back to, walk right in and walk right out the house, walk right to the car, move. You got to keep going. Can't go outside and play and just be a damn child. Yeah, let's go back to that because that's logical. That's fair. That's balanced. That's smart. That's something you should aspire to. Leave me alone, people. It's damn near unlivable at this point. These cities are damn near unlivable at this point. You can't walk 2 blocks without seeing crime, drugs, tents. People are getting robbed on camera in broad daylight, and somehow that's the new norm. It's normal. Some folks are so desensitized to it, they think it's life. They think that's how it's supposed to be. But instead of protesting that, y'all are screaming "No kings" like a fool on a puppet string. You'd rather attack the solution than confront the problem. You have a 60, 70, sometimes 100-year sample size of what Democrats have done to y'all. But you'd rather attack that black woman for saying her streets are better. Because deep down, some of y'all like the dysfunction. It's a convenient crutch to be victims. It's a convenient crutch to get people to shed a tear and maybe give you $1. You've gotten used to it. It's familiar. You like your tax dollars being laundered overseas because the media told you it's helping democracy. You like funding endless wars while your neighborhood looks like actual freaking war zones. You like violence. Democrat-run cities because it gives you like violent Democrat-run cities because it gives you something to complain about while still feeling morally superior. You like watching little boys walk into little girls' locker rooms because you've been programmed to think boundaries are hate. You like to see grown men dominate women's sports and call it progress. You like encouraging gender confusion instead of getting to the root of what's actually going on, because it's easier to pretend to heal than it is to heal. And here's the real kicker. These same people who shout no kings got no problem bowing to their political masters. No problem worshiping party lines. No problem treating politicians like prophets and celebrities. If you're really about rebellion, if you're really about freedom, you wouldn't be marching against imaginary monarchs. You'd be marching against policies that keep you stuck in the same damn cycle. You'd be demanding better schools. You'd be demanding cleaner streets. You'd be checking your local leaders who've been in office for decades with nothing to show but higher taxes and a lower standard of living. You don't need another protest sign. You need accountability. You don't need another hashtag. You need the truth. But the truth makes people uncomfortable. Well, it's time to get uncomfortable. Truth makes folks defensive, and that's why protests exist, to distract you from it, especially these protests. Because when you start waking up, the system starts shaking. They saw what happened in that last election. Now they can lie to you, and black people 90% voted for Kamala Harris. But let's be clear, as I've said a million times, Republicans don't need the black vote at all. Boom, let's put that on the table, right? So they've tried to earn it a couple times, didn't quite work. Donald Trump is actually the one who's really courted it in recent political history. And when you are taken for granted and you just keep throwing your weight behind something and getting nothing out of it, the fool is you. So my message to the No Kings crowd is simple. You're fighting the wrong enemy. You're burning energy on symbolism while ignoring substance. You're screaming about kings while kneeling for politicians. Now, you make that make sense to me, and I'll shut the whole hell up. If you want to protest something, protest the Democrat policies that turned your communities into crime scenes. You ain't ready for that guy. Protect the media lies. Protest the media lies. Protest that. They lie to you every damn day. Protest the broken education system that's raising emotional activists instead of thinkers. Yeah. Because real power, real freedom does not come from marching for the damn cameras. It comes from breaking mental chains and saying, I see the game and I'm done playing it. That's where it comes from. But ain't nobody ready to hear me on that. So the next time somebody hollers no kings, ask them, then why are you bowing to the party? Why would the Democrat Party be something you'd align yourself with if that's truly what you believe? Because the crown you should be worried about is the one that you've been wearing while convincing yourself that you are in fact free. And you're not. And that's my TED Talk. Hopefully I was clear and concise. Now, this is our Turntable Rewind. Woo! Rewind back to the time. The year is 2012. Wow, 2012 seems like so long ago, and it really wasn't. What was it, like 15, 16 years ago? I don't know. But that's crazy, bro, that 2012 is now a nostalgia. Anyway, this is the Turntable Rewind segment where we go over music nostalgia. We'll go over the number one song, number one album, number one movie, and then we'll bring a throwback story into that sometimes, or we'll talk about something other thing in music history. But the number one song on this day in America was One More Night by Maroon 5. Maroon 5's One More Night held the number one spot for 9 straight weeks, outlasting fierce competition like Gangnam Style. Oh, I'm up to Gangnam Style. Oh, wow. Anyway, the song mixed pop and reggae influences driven by a pushing beat, and Adam Levine's silky falsetto lyrically explored the tension of love that hurts but keeps pulling you back. Oh, don't we all know that? Well, many of us. Relatable, catchy, and radio perfect. Its sleek production and memorable hook made it one of 2012's defining tracks, bridging the gap between emotional storytelling and irresistible pop rhythm. Now, the number one album in America was Mumford and Sons Babel, Lord. Um I don't know this album. I don't even know. But anyway, it set atop the Billboard Hot 200, capturing the emotional pulse of a generation. The British folk rock group expanded on their signature sound from Side No More, blending roaring banjos, thunderous drums, and heartfelt lyrics with love, faith, and resilience. The single "I Will Wait" became an anthem, and the album's raw, authenticity helped reignite interest in folk-inspired rock across mainstream radio. It went on to win a Grammy for Album of the Year, solidifying Mumford and Sons' place as one of the decade's defining bands. And the number one movie in America on this day, we know I have not seen this. I didn't even know there was a Taken 1 at the box office. Taken 2 reigned supreme as audience couldn't get enough of Liam Neeson's no-nonsense hero, Brian Mills. The film picked up after the events of the first Taken, with Mills once again facing vengeful kidnappers, this time in Istanbul. Oh, they were international. As both he and his wife are captured, the film flips the script, putting his daughter, Kim, in a crucial role to help him escape. Critics were divided, but fans loved the nonstop action and emotional stakes. Neeson's calm and intense signature particular set of skills made Taken a must-see fall blockbuster and further cemented his action star legacy. All right. All right. So today is a little bit a day of mourning, because a little piece of our childhood has been taken from us. And I don't know why everything is frozen, but we're just gonna wait till it's unfrozen. There we go. Yeah, so a piece of our childhood is gone, and there we go. MTV. I mean, sort of. The article's not here. Give me 1 second, everybody. We're usually prepared for these situations. I don't know why we're not prepared tonight. Anyway, it's the end of an era. I mean, it's the end of like what we knew, you know. This is absurd. Like how did we get here? Oh god. How did we get here? I would love to know it. I would love to know. How did we get here? So MTV has been responsible for some of the biggest moments in television. The broadcast iconic music and it broadcast iconic music videos like Michael Jackson's Thriller and Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit, which played a part in the rise of cable television. The network also has been home to some controversies, whether concerning programming or censorship. A shift in MTV's programming has slowly taken place over the years, drastic, but yeah, it's been very, and it just made its biggest change when it shut down 5 auxiliary channels. The channels being shut down: MTV Music, damn, MTV 80s, MTV 90s, Club MTV, and MTV Live channels are located in the UK and will be inactive by the beginning of the year. This doesn't mean that MTV is fully going away. So that was my caveat at the beginning. But it does cement the fact that music isn't going to be the main source of a channel that's literally called Music Channel. How did MTV get to this point? Shift in programming. I can tell you that off the top of my head. But MTV have a mix of scripted, reality, and animated shows in its programming since the 90s, with hits like Beavis and Butt debuting during that time. The early 2000s saw the rise in reality programming. Jersey Shore and Jackass are two major examples. As those series became a regular part of MTV's rotation, MTV would also try branching out into more action-based programming in the early 2010s. Thanks to Project Success, thanks to the runaway success of Teen Wolf. While the efforts wasn't successful, it was pretty clear that MTV wasn't just a music channel anymore. Ugh, jeez Louise. You try to fight through that frog in the throat and it's like, yeah, just drink the water. Anyway, another factor that contributed to MTV's shift in programming is the fact that most people get their entertainment online. The rise of streaming wars, not to mention cutting the cord, has deeply affected cable television. Why wait to see Taylor Swift's latest song on television when they're a click away? The privilege. I remember staying up to like midnight to see videos because they would only come on in certain segments. So you would have to wait for the video to come on in that time slot. So you'd be up to like 1 o'clock in the morning and you better not blink. You better not fall asleep because you're going to miss it because you can't go back and read the things we take for granted today, bro. You could literally just click on anything and just go watch it because we want to, right? But anyway, why wait to see Taylor Swift's latest song on television when they're a click away on YouTube or playing on the biggest movie screen possible? MTV is trying to win over the next generation, yet it's failed to comprehend the fact that this generation has an entirely different relationship with music and media. Another major force in the shutdown is MTV's UK's channels, the merger between Paramount and Skydance Global, with newly minted CEO David Ellison stressing that he wanted to make the most use out of Paramount's assets, including MTV and other music channels. Quote, we're thinking about the cable network not as declining linear assets, that we do need to split them up and deal with somehow. We're thinking about those brands that we have to redefine, Ellison said during a press conference. Ellison's words might sound reassuring, yet shuttering MTV's extra channels as an effort to cut costs usually means that people will lose their jobs. It's not the first time a corporate merger has led to the closing of whole studios or even departments. The Disney Fox merger would lead to Fox other studios, particularly Blue Sky Animation, closing down, with rumblings that Paramount might be looking to acquire Warner Brothers Pictures. Even more cuts could come on the horizon, which would limit entertainment options and competition. Listen, faux sorta rest in peace, MTV. It's still a part of our childhood being snatched, but life goes on, and the beauty of it is, if you want to go watch any of the nostalgia moments on MTV, you can literally click on the MTV app, or you can go to YouTube and find it. And if you have it somewhere on a dusty DVD, you can go upload it. So, RIP. Anyway, now it's time for an AJ throwback. Woohoo! 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 Why so serious, AJ? Oh man. Yeah, so I shared an image from this shoot before. But here's another one. So I don't know what you want me to say. I like everything's working. The body works, the nipple works, the face works, the hair works, the pose works, the not sepia, cool, whatever the effect is. All of it works. Great shoot, great time, great photographer. Yeah, time was had by all. Well, there you go. That's my throwback. Usually if I have a throwback picture, it comes with like a long story or whatever, but I don't have a real story for the shoot. Like, it was just a fun shoot. I do miss my nipple piercings, but we won't be able to get those probably ever again. Oh, well, there's a story. So I've had my nipples pierced 5 times. For various reasons. Either they rejected or fell out in my sleep, or I had to remove them for a job. So either way, I've had them done 5 times. But the 5th time I had them done, there was a lot of scar tissue, and so they were like, I don't know, but they ended up piercing it in a place they shouldn't have pierced it. And then I started having problems with those, but it was like years. I'd had them for like 4 years, 4, maybe even 5, maybe even longer than that, before I started to have complications with them. And then had to get them done. It was bloody and disgusting. Yeah, it was not fun. Anyway, so we'll probably never have them again. Some people like tattoos. I like piercings. Listen. I'm not a tattoo person. I don't have one tattoo. I probably never will. Tattoos never been my thing. I don't like tattoos. It's too permanent. Like, if I want to change my mind, I want to change my mind, and I'm not going through the process of being burnt, get my skin burnt off, so I can have a little fun. Shut up, Cal. Anyway, man, leave me alone.
Don't just leave me alone.
Holy cow, a price! Oh, that's just gorgeous there. To buy a matching pantyhose?
You're really sick.
Oh, gee, this is a bag to carry things in. What's wrong with that? If you don't know, buddy, I'll spell it out. You F-A-G fruit.
With address. My wife looking for somebody.
My boy ready to bust a circuit. He ain't come to play. He ready to bust a circuit.
I know an Arizona green tea when I see one.
My father dated a woman who had 16 abortions, and she had the nerve to tell me I was killing people for not getting the COVID shot. I've seen so many people die. Ma'am, you're a serial killer. Pipe down.
Shout the season, man.
With the first round pick, the San Francisco 49ers select Dr. Andrew Patel, orthopedic surgeon, Johns Hopkins.
What? Let's go.
You can run, you can scream, you can hide, but you cannot escape.
thought you ate that. Bitch, you.
Dove off a diving board since I was like maybe 14.
Already knew from the Steve Harvey Captain Crunch Mario mustache he was on some bullshit. You know you built like the end of the world. Why you anywhere near a diving board? This is terrorism. Lock him up.
Hopefully you don't break the diving board.
Hey!
Then you have a front on your back. This is the shit I be talking about. Titties, belly button, and all that back there. You 6 laundry bags full of clothes, and you about to jump in that water. You disrespectful. This is blasphemous, and you know it.
Oh!
This nigga back is holding its breath. This is the shit I be saying because your body dropped before your legs. Why? Because you have no business up there. The nigga leg morphing into some other shit. That's a whole nother body part now. With them little ass adopted ass feet. This nigga stole them feet. I know he did. Ain't no way that shit holding up a double decker house. This is an elephant with some cat feet. This is a California king with a twin sheet. Like, what are we doing? This fucking comforter for some shorts and that fat ass swim cap. Your swim cap fat. And you got a sausage, egg, and cheese in your pocket. I know you do. Legs doing the Peter Griffin break. Hate when big niggas do small nigga activity. Get your dumb ass up off them people diving board.
Fucked up.
So what's your type?
Tall, muscular, ambitious, and fit.
No, I mean, are you a type 1 diabetic or a type 2?
He got a sausage, egg, and cheese in his pocket. Oh, crying. Oh, God. Anyway. Oh, man. That's why I love New Yorkers. Our roasting skills are beyond. Like you no one can out roast a New Yorker. I don't care what nobody says. Anyway, let's land at our inspiration point.
I'm telling you, even as a conservative, hear me, that policy is not going to fix this nation. And no president is going to fix this nation. Not 47, not 48, not 49, 50, or 54. And we as a church got to stop pointing our fingers outside to think that all these things on the outside is going to fix this nation. No, family, that's not what your Lord said to you. He said, but if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, not the world. He ain't talking to the world to fix the trouble in. He talking to you. He talking to me. He said if my people, God said, will humble themselves and pray, turn from their wicked ways. You worried about the world's wicked ways? We expect them to be wicked. I'm worried about your ways.
Now it's time for some shout outs. Shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for always holding me down, through whom which all of my blessings flow. Shout out to the production team for always keeping it solid. Major shout out to the RANT fam. Thank y'all so much for always supporting the live streams, the content, for always showing up when I need y'all. And once again, please make sure you like, share, comment, and if you're new here and you like what you saw, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll get notified every time we go live or drop a new video. If you would like to monetarily support the channel, you can always go to AJsRANTroom.com and drop some of your hard-earned cash on our merch. We also take offerings in the virtual collection plate. Now, to some of you, this might be just another podcast, but to me, it's my next chapter and purpose, and I thank you for lending me some of your time. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you chose to give me a few moments of your day, and for that, I'm grateful. And with that said, I'm out.